I feel like Israel is the rights transgender issue. Like, you know how when you talk to a leftist about transgenderism, just reason goes out of the way.
Okay. All right.
That's how I feel about it. That, like, reason just completely leaves the room when you talk about Israel and that they do something wrong. I guess people tend to excuse it.
What is Israel doing wrong lately?
Well, first of all, what do you mean lately? Offing a whole bunch of kids.
Offing a whole bunch of kids, meaning in Gaza?
Yes.
And
well,
are they targeting the kids, or are they just collateral damage because Hamas is among the kids?
They're targeting everyone.
Is that because Hamas is among them?
Is that how you kill people, though? Like, is that how you end a war? Because let me give you an example.
But is it true that Hamas is among the kids? Because I'm told that Hamas is among the kids, and Israel is they are killing civilians, but everybody kills civilians when they're at a war. And when Hamas is embedded among the civilians, then according to the propaganda I've heard, which it might be true propaganda, I heard propaganda, it may be true, that Hamas is embedded among the civilians. Okay. And so Hamas is getting civilians killed, and it's good propaganda for them. Because they can say, oh, look, Israel's killing kids.
Well, let me give you an example.
Is it true that Hamas is embedded among the civilians?
No. I mean, if the IDF is the strongest, I get, what do they call it, military in the world.
Uh-huh.
And their primary target has been kids, even though they don't intend to. That means they are.
By kids, do you mean under 18?
Yeah.
Because 17-year-olds can be soldiers, and then they're killing kids.
No, I'm talking about babies.
Babies. And their primary target is babies, and Hamas is not embedded.
I don't know if you've seen.
And you're saying Hamas. Wait. Just to be clear, you're saying Hamas is not embedded among the civilians.
I never said that.
Oh, I asked you yes or no. Is it true that Hamas
could be? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It could be.
All right, cool.
But see, I mean, you're getting emotional too.
No, I'm not.
Like I said, this is
I just want to get it clear. I'm not getting emotional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, this is like people.
Is it emotional to say that Israel is killing kids?
Yes.
See, it is emotional.
It's not emotional. It's a fact. I can show you like hundreds of videos
of babies.
Yes.
But that's propaganda.
No, that's what we see.
Well, it could be true propaganda. It could be true propaganda. There's true propaganda and there's false propaganda. People can be propagating the truth.
How about it's just the truth? However you want to call it.
But is it the whole truth?
Yes.
It's not the whole truth, because the whole truth would include context.
How many Hamas terrorists do you think that exists?
I have no idea. I have no idea, man.
Calculating.
Do you consider Hamas terrorists?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
I understand.
Well, you got to look at it this way. In Mexico, I'm Mexican.
Oh, nice.
We have people that are called terrorists that are defending themselves against the cartel and the government.
Right. Exactly. And there are people who are whites who are feeling like they have to commit terrorist acts, like burning a hotel.
But it's not terrorism at that point, though.
Right. I mean, I understand your point. It's a propaganda term, terrorist. It could be true. It could be a mischaracterization, but it's a propaganda term to call people terrorists.
But I mean, if you just think about it this way, if you just and nobody can seem to understand why this is answer this question. You know how the whole excuse of creating Israel again is because of what Hitler did, right? Since he was hunting the Jews down.
I heard. I don't know. I mean, it helps with the propaganda for sure. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
whether it was true or false propaganda, I believe it's true propaganda, of course.
Yeah, but then at that point, you got to think about it this way. Okay, so
why are all Mexicans against Israel? You guys are more radical than the normal whites.
Well, because we understand that we were taught in history, and that Hitler killed Jews, and then Jews went and killed a whole bunch of Palestinians. And we always asked this question. So if Jews were the ones who were oppressed by Hitler,
were you taught that in Mexico?
Why didn't they take Germany? Yes, I went to school in Germany.
So
in Mexico, I'm sorry.
So in Mexico, they taught that Hitler killed the Jews, and then the Jews turned around and killed the Palestinians.
Well, that's how Israel was formed. So they needed an excuse for Israel.
According to Mexican education.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's the Balfour Declaration. That's how it started.
No, I know. It's interesting how Mexican education characterized it, if you're telling me accurately how you were taught, which I'm not doubting you necessarily, of course. It's because Mexico is pretty socialist, and they may have a slant. They're not socialist?
With this last president, yes. But
no, I feel like they've been pretty socialist for decades. Because my Mexican friends, my Mexican former coworkers would say, up here you can make money, up here in America, you can make money easy, but you have to pay for everything. Whereas in Mexico, you don't have to pay for everything. That indicates some level of socialism, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
I could be completely wrong. I have no idea what Mexico's like.
On that one.
How is Mexico so corrupt if it's not socialist? I guess socialism is not the only corruption.
Do you not think capitalism, it's people that are corrupt, not
true,
not socialist?
Fair enough.
It's
I accept that.
But Mexico,
but how
have
is
a
Mexico?
Big issue.
Go ahead.
We have a big issue because of what the DEA and have done in Mexico. CIA destabilizing how Obama sent guns to the Mexican drug cartels in 2010. Yes, we have a lot of issues because of that, but it doesn't mean it's socialist.
But that's not fair. I mean, I get there is perhaps some trouble that's stirred up by U.S. meddling, but how are you going to blame all of the corruption of Mexico and Mexicans? You can't blame all the corruption of Mexico and Mexicans on United States, on the white man. Well, I mean, you can, but it's not fair. It's not accurate. Like you said, human beings are corrupt.
I have personal experience in this. Most of my family in Mexico is cartel, and everybody gets paid by someone on this side that is very high ranking.
Oh, you mean in the government?
Yes.
So you have cartel family? Don't say that.
A lot.
I disavow it. You're not supposed to dox. Don't dox don't even come close to doxing yourself like that, man.
No. I mean, you can't. You're not guilty by association, and I hate them people as much as everybody else, even if they're my cousins. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that I view this personally, and so back to the Israel thing.
Yeah.
Let's say tomorrow, and because I never supported Donald Trump doing this or any other president going into the U.S. and killing the drug cartels. Well, because you have to kill off the DEA first. That's never going to stop until you off them, because they're the first ones who let the drugs in. But just imagine tomorrow, the U.S. decides to go after the cartel, and they're bombing everyone, though. What do you think people are going to do?
If the U.S. started to bomb the cartels in Mexico...
No, just killing innocent people, because we all know where the cartel people are at. They're not going to get arrested. They're not. But let's say the U.S., in the intent of going after the cartel, which is both BS because, like I said, it's us who manages it. Imagine they start killing a whole bunch of innocent people. Do you think that everybody would support the U.S. in them doing it in the excuse that, we're trying to get rid of the terrorists when you're the ones that created them?
Interesting question. So you're paralleling that, like if we were to bomb Mexico, pretending like we're going after the cartels and we know where the cartels are and they're not really where we're bombing. And you're saying that that's what effectively Israel is doing in Gaza, bombing. They're doing what basically like an ethnic cleansing, flushing out that area so they can take over the area. Is that true? I'm using the term ethnic cleansing. I'm using the term ethnic cleansing non-emotionally, meaning I'm neither for nor against it necessarily. I'm okay with a little ethnic cleansing at times, right? I'm not okay with it for the sake of the channel, but they're flushing out the area so they can take over because these are a problem people. So what's wrong with that?
What do you mean what's wrong with that? So we make the pit bulls, we're the ones who make the pit bulls this angry, and then we're mad that they're biting everyone else? We're the bad ones in this.
Who's we?
The U.S.
The U.S.
Israel.
because U.S./Israel.
Yeah.
Why are not everybody evil?
In this no, everybody,
in this
like,
situation,
every country
everybody's
does.
evil.
No, not really, dude.
Oh,
like,
so Hamas
I
is not
could
evil?
Well, I would understand that. I would even be a Hamas person if tomorrow I saw my kids and my wife getting killed. What do you think I'm going to live for?
You're going to live for revenge?
Wait, why not? If they're doing it.
Oh, so one wrong justifies another?
Yes.
No, it doesn't, man. You're embracing a victim mentality on behalf of those people.
That isn't a victim mentality.
Yeah,
that's a vengeance mentality.
Which is victimhood.
No, that's vengeance mentality.
Are you a Christian?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then
No.
you believe in vengeance.
Yeah.
No, vengeance is
yes,
not.
that's what justice is.
No, it's not.
Justice is vengeance. You punish a person when they do wrong.
Justice is God's vengeance. Justice is not
people.
because that's God's.
Not give them,
because that's God's judgment.
If that was true, we would give people 10 Hail Marys and let God deal with them.
Not
and
true.
Not incarcerate
no,
them.
you don't believe in God. If you're going to say that,
No,
you don't even believe in God. So then why are you trying to say that vengeance would God's justice would be 10 Hail Marys?
Buddy.
No, it's not. Let me prove it to you. Because in the Bible it says the man of authority, the law, they don't wield the sword for nothing. Meaning they don't have the authority to put you to death or put you in prison for nothing. That's under the proper orderly way of justice, not the angry vengeance crap.
But then, what is Israel doing right now? So if you get carpet bombed and
maybe they are taking vengeance. Maybe they're taking vengeance in war. A lot of them are vengeful people. They're not Christians, just like you're not a Christian.
Most of them are atheists, though. No, I'm not. But
Right.
most of them are atheists. And so what I find strange is that Jews use the sympathy of the Christians by using the Bible, but they don't even believe in the Bible.
I know, clever, huh?
They're using Christians as political pawns, basically. Yep. So I'm like, well, where are you guys getting this? I find it.
So are you for the whites?
You know what I'm saying? Any kind of Christian. My mom is.
No. I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you. Are you for the whites? Because a lot of Mexicans are for the whites. In America.
What do you mean for the whites?
For the whites, meaning like you see the attack on whites. You see like there's.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. No, I get that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this whole. Yeah. No. We're
nice. Right
we're
on.
good on that one.
So
yeah,
no, I get you, man. I'm kind of indifferent on this Israel issue. I like them. I like to troll you guys because a lot of you guys are really angry with Israel and say that they're doing a lot of evil things and focusing on that. But I don't think that you're being entirely fair because you're sympathizing with the vengeance feelings of the people in Palestine, and those are not decent people. They're raised badly too, just as the Israel people are raised with hate for the Palestinians. The Palestinians are raised with hate for Israel. And you're kind of siding with David versus Goliath. And you shouldn't necessarily take sides. You may be right that the Christians are all too quick to support Israel and maybe excuse the things. But I don't necessarily believe that it's going down with the baby killing the way that you're characterizing it.
Well, you need to see it on Twitter because it's.
I don't want to see that. My tender heart cannot take the sight of terrible.
It's devastating, dude. It's devastating.
I don't want to be traumatized and vengeful like that.
Well, I'm in Mexico. I lived in Mexico.
How good? How is it good? How is it okay to kill adults and not okay to kill children?
How is it okay to kill adults and not kill children?
Because you're saying you're killing children, therefore yeah, go ahead.
Well, children are 100% innocent. Like, there's nothing that you can say about a child that is wrong. And then not only that, I mean, but this is another thing I find funny.
Yeah.
Like, the people who push the LGBT stuff are the Jews. And
shout out.
I don't know, but I don't know if you've heard this argument, and people on the right tell me this all the time. It's like, well, they're the only democracy. Look, they're the ones who have LGBT in Israel. And I
know. But that's
Well,
why I was happy.
Hamas right there.
That's why I was happy that they moved the embassy from Tel Aviv, which is like the gay capital of Israel, to Jerusalem, which is more, I don't know, Jerusalem's more religious, perhaps, in my mind. So I was happy that Trump moved the embassy to Jerusalem, because I've heard of Jerusalem from the Bible, and Tel Aviv, I've only ever heard of it as being gay. So shout out to Trump for that.
But
because all of Israel is not evil. And there are leaders in Israel who are more for good things than for bad, or for less bad things than are for good. But people are so ham-fisted in their hatred of Israel, they'll celebrate when Bibi gets bashed, when in reality, Bibi's probably the best leader that they have for them or the world. Maybe I'm wrong.
Did you not? Yeah. Do you? I don't listen to leftists except one. Have you ever listened to Jimmy Dore? He's more on the right now.
I don't really want to talk about name dropping or anything, but
I'm sorry.
Send a tip to me on my Twitter or wherever you are on social media, or on my email, and we can talk about that.
Will do. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I guess.
I want to talk more about this, Javier. We'll talk more. Call me another day if you can. And then also send me that tip. It's an interesting topic. I like it. So.
10-4, senor. Will do, and you take care.
All right, you as well. Appreciate it. Bye.
Have a good one.
You as well. Somebody in the chat, Conspiracy Hoops, was like, Hake's demons are showing. What do you mean, man? They are all literally evil. All of them, says FEV, Flat Earth Victory. Baba. Nice. Shout out to Israel. And, no, I stand with Israel, and shout out to Palestine. Isn't that the way?